and every tribe that has tuned in. Welcome to another special episode of the Hellow Mzansi. Bafetu, as you can see, I'm out here at the roast kitchen business. Bafetu business, local. Very local is like and we're doing it right from coming to you live from the roast kitchen. Of course, what are privileged enough to their nearest town. That's why we have something like the roast kitchen here in Kasi. And today I'm sitting with Vhahangwele Ramano, and he is the founder of the roast kitchen. Welcome to the show, man.
So sure. I'm cool, man.
I'm okay, man.
And I'm not Vhahangwele, I'm Vhahangwele. People call me Vhahangwele because, yeah, not even that. People call me Vhahangwele because I went to like a white school.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And white people had to say Vhahangwele. No, like it's so real. I was bullied by teachers. You know, I don't want to seem insensitive, but you see that girl Rufuna that, like, God forbid she committed suicide because, like, she was being bullied. No, man, we weren't thinking like that. We're just like, it's another day.
And which school was that?
I went to Moifontein Law School as a primary.
Okay.
You already hear it. They have Law School. It means they're racist. They have Law School.
But let's save the story for another day, man. So tell me, break down for me, who is Vhahangwele, Ramano, and the roast kitchen? Tell me.
Man, I always have to start with where the name comes from. It comes from my grandmother Rose.
Your name?
No, my grandmother Rose. My Rosina, the Rose kitchen. Okay. You know, she basically taught me everything about selling. She taught me how to navigate, like selling. I was selling tomatoes by the age of 4. You know. Nah, man. I went to the grants and I was selling there. It was always my hustle. We didn't have money. You know, we didn't grow up with money. You know, money came, yes, when I was still young, but I don't feel like I was immersed into wealth. Like, you know, you're there now. You know, so I was taught how to sell there, and then when I was in primary, I was selling fireworks. I was selling ice pops, ice block, or like the one where you mix with mpupu and everything. Sure. Yeah, I know how to do that shit. I literally did that shit. I sold it for 1 rand, 50 cents. I knew how to. I understood that product dominance is everything. You know what I mean? Get people talking about your shit and always make the best quality product. You know.
Meaning your grandmother is a hustler.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandmother is a huge hustler. My grandmother is a legal and illegal hustler.
Okay.
She made IDs, fake IDs, in her day. like, I remember my grandmother. When my grandmother, I was chilling with her. She's telling me that the tractor is coming to the house, right?
Yeah,
because we had a farm. Yeah. She's like, nah, she can't go outside to the tractor, so tell them that Granny is not home. Me not knowing what she meant, I literally went and said, Granny said she's not home. So I'm there and she's busy trying to peek out the window like this.
So you grew up with your grandmother?
No. I grew up, like, I have a very sorted past. I feel like I grew up with a lot of people. Okay. You know, I grew up with my uncle, I grew up with my dad and mother. I grew up
in 1 year, or
like every year I was like, not like every year, but often I was moving. So it has made me understand that I don't have roots anywhere. Yeah. For example, I feel like this is the first time I've stayed somewhere for long enough. I mean, I was in boarding school for 5 years. High school. Okay. After that, I was in varsity for 3 years. I moved there, went somewhere else. Stayed in Hana for a year, left, and I went to KZN for a year. I've been here now for 2 years. I'm really freaking out. I'm thinking of moving again.
Meaning you love traveling?
Yeah, I want to see everything before I die. I can't see everything, obviously, but...
You want to see a lot?
I want to see a lot. I want to see shit and be like, I saw that. I experienced.
Before you started the roast kitchen, did you consider to start a traveling agency or kind of?
No. By nature, I'm an accountant. Okay. Like a lot of people don't know that. People think I'm actually a chef. Not a chef. I've never went to culinary school. No.
You didn't study for it?
No,
anyway?
no.
Even
no.
online?
Nah. I've never been in an online course. This thing where people say, nah, you go on YouTube, you're lying, and you check videos. Nah, I barely check YouTube videos. I mean, I have Pinterest, and I look at Pinterest here and there, but then Pinterest is like a 30-second video. I see it for 30 seconds. From there, I'm trying to make it better.
Yeah.
You know, so it's very hard to exactly say that, I have any sort of formal training.
So would you say before you started the roast kitchen, you considered to start an accounting business?
I have started an accounting business.
You have one?
I have one.
Okay.
I have what thing? Not accounting exactly. It's a financial service company. I own it with a few partners. We're trying to basically create this thing whereby we want SMEs to gain leverage in finance by creating investments for them, because we've understood that the only way for an SME to move from SME to medium, from small to medium, you need to have investables, because if you actually think about it, and this is accounting, every time you go to the bank and you deposit money, the bank takes that as you loaning the money. They don't actually look at a loan as, like, when they give you a loan, that shit isn't a loan. It's actually a security. They're saying we are securing your next fucking paycheck. That's what they say, right? So I was like, that means that if every time I go to the bank and I'm giving them my money, I'm basically loaning the money. Fuck them, right? No, seriously, fuck them. They don't matter. FNB, Capitec, anyone, fuck them, right? Because as black youths, as niggas that we never had anything, right? We need to find a way to make sure that we invest as much money as we can.
Sure.
Right? And the only way to do that, the only way to accomplish that investment grind is for young people that actually did this shit to actually say, hey, you know what? I'm going to invest your money. This is how much I'm planning to be your return. Like every hedge fund does. Wealth management. So we can't have wealth management just because we're not wealthy.
So, in your philosophy, what do you think must be done in order for us not to research the banga, and what do you think needs to be done?
I believe that everybody needs to actually have an investment portfolio. I think the moment your money lands in the bank, it should move out the bank. Fucking create an easy equity account. Damn it, man. There are dividends that give you, the companies that give you dividends every fucking 3 months.
Sure.
Let's invest in real businesses, and if you feel like you can't invest in those businesses, it's okay. Go to your friend and say, hey, I like what you're doing. I believe in your grind. Here's some money. Invest in that person to make money. If I think your podcast is going to be great, I should be able to take
Which
out...
is going to be great, of course.
Of course, right? I should be able to take out 1,000 rand out of my fucking pocket and say, hey, you know what? Do this with this money. Because then I own a percentage of whatever you're going to do. So if you make 1 million out of this little thing right here, I get 10% of that. And all I started with was 1,000. You know what I mean? So I believe that more black people, for us to learn financial freedom, we need to learn investing. That's how you learn financial freedom. The bank is not a place to put your money. It doesn't make sense. How are you loaning the money for them to go loan it to someone else? No, let's just go to normal concepts here. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, what are we talking? So, like, our financial company, our financial investment company, we're trying to teach people the literacy of finances. We're trying to make sure that in every financial aspect that people are in, they are well educated, they are consulted. We all work together in order to establish a value chain. If you didn't know, the reason KFC, Nando's, and all these other businesses are way bigger than me is because when they buy chicken at 20 rand. I'm buying it at 55. My Kitani, they're buying it at 40. It's still unfair for them. It's still unfair. Nando's buys chicken for 20 rand, and the billboard right here opposite the restaurant at Engine says that a full chicken is 99 rand. Look at that fucking margin. No, let's look at that shit. 70 rand profit. That's more than triple. Then they pay labor, and they're going to pay because they're black, because the laborers are black. They're paying them fucking 10 cents on the rand. 10 cents on the rand.
So in short, your business, it also deals with coaching in terms of finance.
Yeah, I wanna deal with coaching of finance. We wanna deal with coaching of business strategy. You know, because that is a thing. Like a lot of us have ideas, but we don't know how to execute.
Yeah.
We don't have the right execution. We don't know how to do it. It's hard. And I won't lie, I struggled with execution for a very long time. I mean, for a whole year, my business was fucking drowning. I was drowning.
So you didn't have that knowledge?
Because I didn't have that knowledge. And that's the thing. And people were like, that's weird. How do you not have that knowledge? I was like, you know what? Yes, I have the knowledge of the book. I've been honest in strategy. You know, yeah, I've been honest in strategy. But it's very hard to put that in practicality.
Yeah.
Like, I had no mentor. I was actually teaching myself. That's dangerous. It's a dangerous field. Because then every time you make 100 rand, you have to tell yourself that instead of going out and buying that one drink or chocolate or anything, right? I have to keep that 100 rand. Because if I keep those 100 rands, at the end of the month, I have 3,000 rand. No one was there to teach me that. I had to teach myself that shit. And that's the hard thing that no one wants to talk about.
I believe your financials are very good, ne? They're very straight.
My financials?
Yes.
Now they are. To be honest, now they are. But I can't say that a year ago. I really can't say that a year ago. Yes, I always say this. Yes, my investment company was making money. Man, we making money, right? But then the business, the restaurant, because this becomes, you know, that's the problem. When your dream is mixed in with your money, oh my God, you're going to fuck up. You're going to fuck up because you're going to constantly want this thing to work. You're going to constantly invest. And then you are now 300,000 rand in debt, and you're just thinking to yourself, how the fuck did I get here?
So tell me, how did the Roast Kitchen started?
Oh,
when was it?
Oh, that was during COVID. Everybody, KFC and everybody closed. I was like, alright, let's open. I was like, we're essential now. We're essential, we're here.
Okay. So meaning when COVID, you couldn't particular, so I can do this, I will do this.
Yeah, COVID gave me the opportunity to think that, you know what, we can do this.
Yeah.
I was the only restaurant operating. It was easy to operate, you know, I was alone.
Alone?
Yeah, gunman.
And the others when they too much?
Man, there's a day I did 100 pizzas though. Like this whole place to build it, it was an investment from my best friend.
Sure.
For around 10 grand, and I was like, you know what, this investment means that for the rest of our lives, I will be paying you money.
So it's sort of like an investment to your business.
Yes, it's an investment to my business, and because
he doesn't own shares.
He owns shares. He owns 25%. Okay. Like, and I own 25% of his company. We think like white people. You know what I mean? Wealth is supposed to circulate around us. You know, I own 25% of his business. He owns 25% of my business. So every fucking month, I have to give him 2.5 until we die.
That's smart, yeah, that's smart.
So by the end of it, I might give him 250 grand.
And that's very smart, man. So you started the Roast Kitchen during COVID. You were alone. You told me you are not a chef. You didn't go to a culinary school. Yeah. How did you started? Like, where did you get the courage? You were, I can do this, and I'm going to do it. And you were doing pizza, which is rare to local restaurants.
Man, the thing is, the thing I looked at was like this, right?
Yeah.
Like I told you in the beginning, I always want to do something that's different so that I can win over the market.
Yeah.
You know, so my whole thing was like this. I was like, you know what? The best way for me to win in this game is for me to go like literally left. And me selling pizza, it was a mistake. I made pizza for my family. My mother posted it. She's like, pizza for sale as a joke. Someone was like, oh, give me 3. She's like, oh, I already priced it at 120. Are you okay with that? I'm like, oh, let's do this. I get there, we start making the pizza. We were making them with trays. Like, these.
Because you didn't have boxes.
We didn't have boxes.
Yeah.
I didn't have a pizza pan. You know, so I was just making the square pizza type vibe.
Oh.
Yeah, then people like that. Then people like the lasagna. Then from there, I was just like, I was cooking. You know, I was waking up every day making flour. The orders were coming in. They were not stopping.
Then you decided to rest better if I open a restaurant.
Then the restaurant part came in when COVID stops, right? When COVID stops, what happens? KFC opens. Now,
it's nearby.
And because KFC is nearby, and KFC, because they fucking selling GMOs, their food is made like this. It's a second, at a snap of a finger.
They have equipment.
Not despite the equipment, at a snap of a finger, their food is done. Despite equipment, let's not look at equipment.
Yeah.
Alright, their food is already ready. Their food always seems like it's fresh. It's never fresh. And that's not me trashing another restaurant. It's never fresh.
Sure.
Like, it's a fucking scientific fact. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, that means, you know, I was like, okay, in order for me to compete, in order for me to try, it means that I need to be closer. I need to be in a place whereby I can tell people that, yo, this is the food you wait for. This is not the food that you tell me now and I make it now and we're done now.
Because it's fresh.
It's fresh. I'm making freshly prepared. Even my boxes say...
You don't sell leftovers?
No, I don't sell leftovers. It's a fucking sin. To me, it's a sin. You know, so I was doing freshly prepared. I was like, that was my whole mission. I want to do freshly prepared. I want to make the best type of food. I want to make the best. And even in the get-go, it's a thing me and my friend Pato have been working on. Yeah. We're like, yo, even at the get-go, we want to create a bad chef type podcast whereby we're going to call people, I'll just be cooking, and we can just conversate with people. But normally, we just want to chill and we're on a pod.
I get you. So besides pizzas, what also do you do? Pizzas and quarters and what?
We do pizzas, we do quarters, we do grilled chicken, we do wings, we do chicken stew, we do beef stew.
Enough burgers.
We have burgers. Basically, we have everything you can think of. We're kitchen.
Beyond my imagination.
Yeah, if you come to our kitchen and you say you want this, we can make it. Because we believe that everything should be made right there.
But up to so far, do you think your business is firm enough? Like, is it where you want it, or
no.
Or you want it to grow that big?
I mean, obviously, I can't say it's where I want it to be. You know, there's this thing my girlfriend once told me. Right? She's like, humanity has this thing of vanity and ambition. You know, like I can make 100K today. Tomorrow, I'm going to make 100. I want to make 100 million. Yeah. And then after 100 million, I want to make 1 billion. So no, the ambition. Just because of the ambition, this vision is not complete. This vision will never be complete. It won't. Like this vision is, like I always tell people, the vision of the Rose Kitchen is beyond me. Yeah. It's beyond me. It's something that has to last for 10 generations. How do I establish that? How do I allow that and limit myself and say, oh, I'm content with what I am?
But I see, you know, KFC there is bachelors there. You are surrounded by big brands. Can you say you are surviving even though you know surrounded by big brands around here?
You know, there's something I always remember when I get asked that question, because I get asked.
I'm not the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I get asked this question a lot. You're not the first. Sure. You're not the first. Everyone asked me. They were like, "Yo,
Sure, you can continue.
So like a lot of people always ask me like, yo, aren't you afraid of the bigger brands? Aren't you afraid that
Around you.
Aren't the big brands going to swallow you? Aren't they? I always say one thing, man. If David could fucking beat Goliath up, what are we doing?
Where do you get the spirit, man? Tell me your secret. Where do you get your spirit, your courage?
I'm afraid of poverty and I'm allergic to it.
You are afraid of poverty and you are
Allergic to poverty. If I see poverty here, I'm here.
So your whole life you have been hustling since day one.
Man, I was making apps in grade 10.
You have been making?
I was making apps in grade
apps.
10.
Yes.
Yeah. Before everybody was like on this hype of we should make a website, we should make a website.
You were into apps.
We were trying to make apps, we were trying to make websites, we were trying to do this shit. I've been, for as long as I know it, I've been trying to employ more people than anyone I know. That's always been my goal. Yes, I can be rich and I can be materialistic. I can one day just go and win the lottery and be a millionaire. I don't give a shit about that. That's why if you're around me and you tell me this line, you and I can chill together. You don't have my energy. You know what I mean? Yeah. My energy is built on the fact that, I want to employ the most people in the fucking world, man.
Because unemployment rate is high.
Yeah. I want to employ so many people that those people learn from me and they probably become my competition. Because I'm not afraid of you.
The first year you employed someone, when was that? And how many people you employed that time?
The first time I employed someone was I was doing a catering gig in 2018.
It was a side hustle.
Yeah, it was a side hustle. We got a catering gig, National Lottery vibes, right? And then when
big bags. Sure.
Okay bags.
Sure.
Okay bags. I mean, it's okay. So we do that shit. So those niggas.
Sure.
So we do that. We make that profit, right? I invited one of my friends because I needed help. He comes through. We do that shit. Then I use that money to buy the equipment. After buying the equipment, then because initially the goal was I have to go to Chiridzini and become the cafeteria.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be the cafeteria for Chiridzini. That was my dream, man, because I looked at the money. I won't lie to anyone. I looked at the money and looked at the fact that, okay, there are how many doctors per day, how many people are, the foot traffic around there. Around 1,000 people walk around there. Around 1,000 people. I just want 10% of that 1,000 people, which is 100 people, to come purchase food at my store, at my cafeteria. I couldn't because then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, the cafeteria wasn't able to open.
But then before that, man, I want you to tell me something.
So I wasn't able to employ, I employed one person during 2019. Then 2020 I employed 2. Then 2021 I employed 3. Now I'm stuck with 3 people and other people are just wage employees. But I swap out employees. I always swap out employees.
Why are you saying you're stuck with 3 people?
Because right now that's all I have.
Okay, but then I want to know something, man. Don't you need to maybe have some sort of qualification in order to have a contract for
National Lottery?
No, if Akira, you said you wanted to do the cafeteria things and chips in. Don't you need to have some paper or something?
No. I just need to be a certified business and show experience. I have experience. I've been doing this for a while now.
Where did you get this love of cooking? Because you told me you didn't study for it. You were into accounting, but yet you're making food.
There are 2 stories I tell people. There's a story I tell the people that just want to be nosy. And it's, I wanted to cook for my mother. She's on a wheelchair. I wanted to be that kid. We don't have a girl at home. But then the other truth is I smoke weed, man. And I got the munchies and I love food. My year in varsity in 2015, Right. Man, my year in 2015.
Sure.
So basically, I'm in this room, right? And I went to MGI because like
MJ is what?
Pearson Institute, Midrand Graduate Institute, right? So I went to MGI, like a private varsity. Then when I was at MGI, the first few months, like before my birthday is in March, I was drinking, I was drinking. Then the most unexpected switch happened, These guys, they used to smoke around, like it's a house, we all have our own rooms, they smoking. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, it's my birthday, I don't want to drink today, let's try something new, let me go smoke.
It's cooking.
Let me go smoke weed. I smoke weed, those guys make something called pork banger sandwiches. I had not eaten food before that moment. I actually understood it. I was like, oh, so this is food. Oh, from there I was just exploring. Like my whole varsity experience, as much as I got a degree in accounting, we were chefing, man. We were fucking chefing. That's what we were doing.
And you learned that from your peers or
from my friends, and then now I'm starting to think about, ideas we had when we were in school, in boarding school, like the food they were serving us. And I'm like, oh, that shit tasted terrible, but if they did it like this, it would have tasted nice. Because now I'm looking at food differently. I'm looking at food, as a variety. I'm like, whoa, oh, okay, so there's this world, there's this world, there's this world in food. And from there, you start improving, you sharpen your skill. Like, that's what I always tell people, young entrepreneurs. Man, constantly sharpen your sword. If you don't sharpen that sword, if you are going to do something for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, man, and you think that you're going to make that shit a profession, you're lying. There's a reason the white man wants you to work 8 hours a day, because he's sharpening his business. That's just a fact. There's a reason my employees, that's why the employees, they come at 8, they leave at 7 or at 6. Actually, it's at 6. They come at 7, they leave at 6. These people are working 8 hours. Why? Because I want this place to be great. Right? I'm working I wake up at 5 every morning, 5 a.m. I sleep at 11 p.m. every day, because I have 4 jobs. Right? That's because I have 4 jobs. But
accounting, Ross Kitchen,
NPO.
Yes, the organization. Yes.
Funduzi Rural Development.
Yes.
And then there are a few things that we're also trying to get started. That are still under wraps, that we're still working on. But like 4 companies, all of them, and they need to coexist. I always tell people, you all are learning how to run businesses. I'm learning how to run a conglomerate. We're different. We're not in the same boat. Now funeral services it's under Vhahangwele Ramano. You go there, you check the funeral business, it's my name there. Yes, it's a family business, but I have to make the decisions. I have to make sure how the money is managed. I have to look at all those things, because it's important for the furtherance of our people.
Meaning, of course, you do have financial and want to help you.
Yeah, I have financial advisors. I mean, everybody that I work with, I have a team of at least 4 people behind me.
Would you say if it was not for your grandmother, you would have even still be a hustler today? Yeah,
both my parents are hustlers.
So still you were going to learn those
traits of wanting to
from your parents?
From my parents. My dad owns a logistic company. My mother is a student. She doesn't have a degree, she doesn't have a diploma. She started funeral services from nothing. Everybody doesn't know that Matangari Home of Relief Center started under a fucking tree. No one talks about that. It's like it's magic, it just happened. No, they were under a tree and they were writing a business plan with a pen. If you want something, you go out and you take it. No one's gonna give you anything.
That's big, man. That's big, man.
And that's what I learned. No one's gonna give you anything.
For a young boy or girl or who's out there, wanna try something like this, wanna start a side hustle or kind of, what can you tell them?
Your
Looking at that camera.
I'm looking, which one? That one?
That one.
Your problem is that you're making it a side hustle. The moment it's in the side, that's how you're gonna make side money. Make it a true hustle. If it's a hustle, it has to be a hustle and you have to commit 100%. Actually, 110%. You're never supposed to get tired. There's a line that someone told me when I was making this place. They were like, they sat me down, they're like, I'll need you fun. And this guy was just a homie of mine. He said, you don't get tired. Because the moment you look down and you say, fuck, I'm tired, the world won. The dream is still born. Like, no one's going to tell you that you're going to go through so much shit that you're going to think that you're drowning. You're going to literally drown in your own fucking shit.
What do you think is the biggest mistake that young
everybody's trying to go too fast.
They don't want to learn.
Everybody
They don't want to trust the process.
No one wants to trust the process. I also don't want to trust the process. No one wants to trust the process. Because to what extent is the process going to like finally catch up with me and I'm also like winning like everybody else. But the thing is, you have to do it every day. You have to commit every day. Hey, like people have been asking me recently, like, aren't I getting tired? Dog, I come here Monday to Sunday.
No holidays because I'm fighting for my life.
There's a line Kanye West said, I'm a few million dollars in debt, but watch it. Right now, I'm a few $100,000 in debt. Watch it. In the space of this year, I will be for people. I mean, we're trying out new marketing strategies. But opposite Indian Garage, you'll see the sign, the rose kitchen. There are like roses. Does that make sense now? Yeah.
You agree with this?
No, she's alive.
She's alive.
Yeah, she teaches me how to cook from time to time. When it's booming now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Niggas, people are looking at what we've been doing in January and they've been telling me, yo, people have been looking at me like from January and they've been saying, yo, yes, you guys are making money because they've been looking at KFC and everybody like slow everywhere else, you know. You go outside, you check Barcelos, there's no one there, you know. It's a thing of I finally paid attention to my own business. That's what I'm saying. When your dream is intertwined with the business and you can't separate the two, you make the mistake of trying to just say, nah, the dream should persist. Yes, always try and make a perfect product, but you need to cost your product properly, you know. Because I can make you a pizza right now where the raw material is going to be more than any of the prices there, but I can't make it here. I need to understand what I can and what I can't make. You know what I mean? I have to be able to do different things. And it's like what people also don't understand. Listen to your team. Listen to your team. You think you know? You don't know. Listen to your team and work with as many people as you can, but work with the right people. The right people, one thing I always tell people, the right people, they won't leave you halfway in your journey. The right people, they won't abandon your dream if we are sharing a dream. Like, that's why I say, like, for example, I'm committed to all 4 companies. And that's why I will sleep at 11, because I'm not going to give one company 10% of my time. I'm always going to give it 110% everywhere, across the board. Because you have to, as a leader, you have to show your team, I'm the right person for you guys to be working with. Work with the right people. The right people will never abandon you. they will never leave. It's something my friend Paltu said when we are having a few disputes with one person we were trying to work with, like they just left us in the middle of this shit, and he was like, bruh, that's because he was the wrong person for us. The right people, they show up.
I get you, man. This has been amazing. I'm sure because I can see you have many stories to tell, man. I can see you have mastered everything in the business world.
I haven't mastered a thing.
You're still mastering that.
I think it's I think that it's a forever evolving art.
But I can say you have made it, man.
Nah, man. Hey, nah, dog. Nah, I haven't made it, dog.
Man, my guy, thank you very much for your time. This has been very amazing. I appreciate your time, and unfortunately I have to go to attend something, so that's why we have to cut this short. So thank you very much for your time, man.
Sure.
That's it from today. Until next time, Mushachatir, Narazawat.
Hi. I hope I'm gonna do you proud tonight. Come
Murongwa, why are you doing this? If you can't see what this whole thing is doing to you, you need to think about his family.
Who said anything about this family, ma?
So you want them to live that horror over and over again?
Hindi wendre kono muudza samungana wanga. Una ngari. Zara does enough.
Paso zinginya so ndikoso kutobona nga reta zwaita now. Ola mtu ndi tides of trouble young one.
Guys, I'm seeing someone here. Musa?
Yes, it's
You want them to live that horror over and over again.